Okay, nope, it's got to be up here. Oh, this is going to be harder than I thought. So I got this wonderful gift of a ring light, but trying to get the camera thing won't go straight down for me to film. So I may have to hold this carefully for us to go through this. This is a Sears Craft Fun. If I sit my hand here, maybe that'll work. Craft Fun Catalog. It's from December 31st, 1971. And wait till you see the cool stuff that's inside of this. Now, it's not very big, and I don't know that we can get through it all in one viewing here. We might have to do two. But let's take a look at here. We've got great Afghans, and hopefully the glare's not too bad. So we've got such wonderful patterns. It says to loom or crochet, to knit or crochet, to crochet, or to loom and crochet. So it would tell you, look at the difference in these. I know this type. It's lumpy to lay on. It's no fun when you roll over on that. This would be good. This would be good. This one also with these big flowers. You see them? Looks like it'd be kind of lumpy. Pretty, but lumpy. And we all know this one. This is the one everybody seems to really like. They are really comfy and warm. And look at these prices for this kit. $19.98 for the Morning Glory Afghan, which is D. So that's this one. So for $20, you'd get all the stuff. Come on, focus camera. Focus, there we go. And then you have the one over here. And this one is to knit. It makes these neat leaf patterns. And then there's the chevron, which is to crochet. And I remember this one too. My grandmother had one of these. Granny had one of these. And I really liked it because I liked the black with the different colors. But hers was all primary colors. You know, it had black and red and bright blue, kind of a bright blue. It wasn't a navy blue. And it had yellow in it, and I just thought that one was really cool. But I don't know whatever happened to that one. I'm assuming it went with my aunt. Wahoo! Fun to do kits. Needlepoint panel kits for pillows. And then, of course, you have your choices of yarns from Renee Yarn, which was Sears's best. But let's take a look over here. Try to get the glare off. Crochet this Indian style poncho and Afghan. And then you could also get moth-proof yarn of Orlan acrylic to make the armband ties, and they were overcast yarn on perforated plastic forms. So they were plastic canvas, and I just realized I never turned the volume off of Alex's Valentine's Day sale. Let's turn that off. But you'd also make this little tote bag, and the poncho could be made as an Afghan. You just wouldn't make the neck part. And then we have needlepoint panel kits. So we've got the zebra, very 60s into the 70s love, a sun face. Oh, okay. So I wondered what was wrong with the bottom row, but it's the same pictures of a mushroom and strawberry. They're just upside down. These kits were all just $10 a piece. Makes me wonder, did it include the pillow? Pillow form and backing are not included, so you just got the front panel. So let's go back up here and see. Oh, we have more yarn. Special effects yarn. So you have your variegated over here. You have jumbo. Something called Claudine, which is also a variegated coloring. Sea spray, which the variegations are little bits further apart, and mohair. And worsted weight. So it really was your stop to get all your stuff. Now you have clothing to crochet to knit. I don't know that I'm wearing a knitted or crocheted skirt. I mean, I get the tops, but a skirt. That's different. That's not one I can honestly say I've ever seen anybody do or wear. I am kind of liking this one with the fringe. I do think that's kind of cool. And then over here you have your rug kits. Let's see if we can get the patterns. Now this is what I say, 1971 this one is. So you got your geometrics. The owl is kind of interesting. Not thrilled with the color. I'm not big on light green. Now we get to some more fun. So you have needlepoint kits on this one side, but you know, they're all black and white. You've got this interesting children's version of a tiger. They all seem, you know, for beginners these are, so they're all pretty basic. But over here are the fun ones. So you have doll kits. They kind of look like Anna Lee, but they don't have the face painted on. It's stitched on. So you've got your little girl in green, a little girl with a kitty, a little nurse Candy Striper doll. Remember Candy Stripers that used to volunteer and help at hospitals? And then you have his strange little clown that looks like he has a broken leg. And up here, make artistic things with kits that feature a straw look. So I'm guessing, yeah, it's crewel work. Make three-dimensional pictures with that combine colorful straw look viscose rayon yarn. Now viscose we've seen on baskets and stuff, and they've put it over top, and it does have this weird, almost like a thick cellophane look. So that's what they've used for some of these as the accent. So all the petals of the flowers are viscose. You have an interesting tote. The problem I've found with viscose, she is pretty wild, is that over time the stuff starts to shred. Oh, it's a pity this isn't in color. All these ready to embroider kits. And this meant everything with the transfer was already pre-printed on it. So let's take a look. There's pillowcases over here. Now this top section is the actual pillowcase. And you get these lovely little pictures on it. Now the next says pillowcase tubing kits. I don't quite know what a tubing kit is, unless it just gave you the glare. I'm trying to get the glare off of that bottom one. There we go. And they're all pretty. And then you have dresser scarf kits. And dresser scarves are definitely, you know, wider than, they look like placemats, but that's because they're folded over. And then on this side, you have embroidery, and you have tablecloth kits at the top. They only show you two. You have Wavecrest design and Dorcas Daisy, which is the one to the right. And then you have sampler kits. All these ones of friends and home. So you had a nice little selection there. I have a sampler framed that my great aunt gave me when she taught me how to embroider. And you have luncheon sets, But I'm liking this one. You have guest towels, but look at this one in the corner. This little layette set is absolutely adorable. Isn't that so cute? With little mommy bear with pushing the little one in the pram, and daddy's got his top hat and cane out for a walk in the park on Sunday best, I guess. So I'm trying not to make you guys seasick with moving the camera. So now you get, you know, for some things it helps to have these wood frames, especially if you've got to do your quilting alone. These things can be invaluable. Interchangeable knitting needle kit sets. Now, that I've not seen before. Those are interesting. And I could see how they'd be really handy. And over here you have a Knitmaster knitting machine. Seems kind of cheating, doesn't it? Now, we were talking about some of these kind of paints in the, but I don't see the kind we were talking about. This is all acrylic, Sargent, high test. These are all paint kits and artist supplies. You have pastel kits. This is a 4-in-1 drawing supplies, oils, pastels, watercolors for $20. Which, you know, back in 71, that would have been a pretty good amount. And you have an interesting drafting table, more painter's kits, watercolors, poster boards, sketch pads. And the prices are killing me. Like, there's 99 cents, 59 cents, 69 cents, 99 cents for a palette paper pad. Book of colors, 89 cents. Poster board is 35 cents for a package. So many cheap prices. And here you've got all the different books that they were offering. You had decoupage, resin craft, ceramics, jewelry, printmaking, crewel embroidery, and sewing. You know, you don't see printmaking too often these days. I remember as a kid in school, yeah, them giving us the block. You had actually had art class, and they gave us the block that you had to carve a design out and then print the block. Candle making supplies. That's something else you just don't see too many people still doing, and it's so easy to do. Bandiform Kits. Now, I've never heard of these. Works like paper mache. Looks like time-aged metal. Has anybody ever seen these before? So, what are you doing to this? Kit contains everything you need to make items except structural base. So, a totally unique and very creative craft. Instructions tell how to form base from newspaper or cardboard. Then how to wind wet bandiform around the base, forming a design. After the piece is dry, it's ready to paint. So basically it sounds like you're taking... They look like what they used to make casts out of. It would be plaster of Paris in a piece of gauze, and you'd wrap it around your kid's arm. And honestly, it makes me wonder, is that not what they did to this? And then you just paint it? You could do the same thing with wadded up gauze and paper mache glue. Now we have a graphic arts kit. Now see, these have the little chisels for, oh, it says more intricate than lithography, but more artistic. I don't know. The lithographs we see that have survived today are fantastic. I think you'd be hard-pressed to make something better at home. But you have the linoleum blocks. So you're carving block prints out. And there are some examples. But you had to already be really pretty good to do that, because you're doing everything kind of in reverse. Create a card. printmaking kits. Again, that's something I really haven't seen. And then it's got the how to order page. But let's look over here. This has got some cool stuff. Ready to sew kits. What is wrong with that bear's eyes? Zombie bear. Why? Everybody else has some kind of pupil, but not the bear. What was wrong with these people? Is that another owl? I think that's an owl. Raya pillow. Well, I don't know what that means, but he looks like an owl to me. Hand fashioned pillow covers from Craft Kits. Cruel Stitchery. I kind of like these two. Don't bug me and don't rush me. So even then they had some humor. So let's take you back up and let's see. Oh, wow. Cruel embroidery kits and brass sculptures. Okay, let's take a look at these. That is an impressive lion. The owls here are so cute. And the mice. The mice are like, they're little pom-poms. Can you see that? Is this going to focus? They're actually made from little pom-poms. And then the grass and flowers and the honey pot. Are they meant to be bears? I thought they were mice. Number 5, Honey Bear Wall Panel Kit. Wow, those are meant to be bears? With those pom-poms for ears, I thought they were mice. The mushroom ones look pretty cool. They're so thick, they're made to be dimensional looking, which I'm not sure the camera's going to pick up. And then over here, we have brass sculptures. Wow. You know, I teach metalcraft in Boy Scouts, and it's really watered down from what it used to be. Probably because with stuff like this, you know, if you're not careful, you're cutting your finger. Coppersmith kits. Price of copper, they'd be crazy expensive today. But back then, Colonial Man and Woman, $3.09. Liberty Bell and Statue of Liberty, $2.29. They're worth more than that now for the copper value, probably. Forged foil kits. Pattern pieces are pre-cut. All you do is glue on the cording, cover with crinkled foil, and add antiquing ink. I can't say I've ever seen any of these pop up in any vintage videos. And you have your basics of a clay sculpture, batik fabric dyeing kit. And then what do we have here? We have wood carving. And when your hobby grows beyond your storage space, you will need storage drawers. Stone sculpture kit. Wow. And these are beginner blocks, so they're already kind of pre-done, and you chip away to make it better than it is now. Jewelry making kit. Yeah, there's a lot of the tools you need there. Now you have the fascinating world of gem making. These tumbler things, my mom made us put it in the basement because they have to run for about 2 days and they're noisy. So let's see what else. Oh yeah, the earrings that you can make. Tie tacks. Who had these and actually made them? Did you actually make anything out of them that lasted more than a year? Now, pottery wheel and a ceramic kiln. That wasn't happening in our house. Pottery making was just way, way, way too... What the heck? My light went off because the laptop ran out of power. Okay, gem making. So there's more kinds of polishers. Way more to it than I would do. Toolkits that can start you on a lifetime of hobby pleasure. And it's a propane torch? Which, seriously though, if you're going to do some things, like stained glass, you need them. I don't know about how taking dents out of furniture with one, but soldering, making jewelry, soldering kit would definitely have a lot of uses. I'm not using a propane thing that tall to be trying to fix a piece of jewelry. Wire sculpture. Smooth the edges of glass? Good luck. I think you'd be more in danger of like cracking it further if you don't know what you're doing with glass and then trying to heat it up. Okay, so a rotary hobby tool. That's basically a drill. It's some kind of a grinder. But this one is a vibrator hobby tool kit. What do you do with this? Oh, so this is an engraver. It engraves steel, it gouges, it cuts, it carves, it saws, it smooths, and it engraves glass. Yeah, now you get a Dremel. Dremel does all of that and more. What do we have here? Sewable showables. Oh, now we got a hint of Christmas. Look at that. That is a Christmas tree skirt stamped on white felt. And then you would put all these on, the little applique pieces of felt. And of course, the mandatory sequins for the 1970s. Oh, aren't they just wild? You got your own little Santa band in felt with more sequins, of course. Because back then, it wasn't so much glitter. The glitter on everything came into the late 70s and into the 80s. At this point, it's still lots of sequins. Do you remember making these for your mom? They'd hang on the wall, the big felt calendar. And now you can still get these, the pine plaques, but these offered ideas. These are all just decals that you could put, decoupage prints or decals, which were something that was already printed up, and then you just soaked it in water and put it on the top. We sell the boxes and the plaques. Oh, wow. Make your own heirloom decoupage. Now, see, the other ones I think were more of a decal thing, but these are the actual images, and you'd have to cut it out and then decoupage it on. And these were marquetry inlay. But you're not doing much of the inlay. The inlay is already done. You buy the piece, and you mount it, and then you varnish the whole box. So that's pretty easy. Now, these are fun to find. You do still find these once in a while, where it's a wooden purse, and then you would decoupage and make the purse out of it. Once in a blue moon, you find these. Not often, but they're out there. And then we have back to the color pages. Yay! Now, what are Soroiko Kits? So satisfying to create a hand-finished piece that's truly deserving of a prominent display. They are vacuum-formed, high-impact polystyrene. Well, so styrene, so they're plastic. They're that early hard plastic. I guess they were made to look more like the chalkware because they would be, they'd be lighter weight. The cool part of these is that you're painting it yourself. I'm kind of liking the roosters. They have that Asian look with the big feathers to the tails. Clever wood kits. Make your little desk accessories. Why are the owls always green in the 70s, man? What are they doing to those poor birds? Boutique waste paper baskets. Waste basket kits. These are like those purses. That's all little fabric and embellishments, and it's glued on. That's kind of cool. I've never come across these, but I know what those big purses were. Now, what's this? This is a wall plaque kit. And it's the same thing. You're selling you everything's already pre-made and you're gluing it together. It's pretty simple to do. Now you have resin craft kits. So this is back when the resin started. You could make your own little fake glass fruit. Miss Pamela just had a big set of grapes on her sale last night. Ashtrays are interesting. But then you get some ready-to-use resin ferns and some colorings, some books. Now, I'm interested in this. My sister had this, and then she gave it to me, and I think I still have it hiding in the top of a closet somewhere. You would make these shapes individually, each individual petal, and the book that comes with it shows you how. And you would always run out of the stamen pieces real fast. But you would make each one, and you dip it in the fun film. And the fun film then would have to, you'd set it somewhere. Usually they told you to like stick the wire down into a piece of styrofoam and let it dry, because it's like a plastic. And then you would hook it all together. You'd hook all the pieces together and wrap it with floral tape and make your own flowers. They really were pretty cool. Now, you didn't have too many colors. Like they got the color list here. Yellow, amber, royal blue, bright red, orange, green, hot pink, turquoise, and opaque white. And that is pretty much it. That was your color palette to work with. But they are really pretty fun and cool, but over time, they get brittle. And so they crack and will eventually flake apart. They don't like heat. They don't like freezing. So they are going to be a rare find to find anything actually made with them. Now you've got a glass stain kit. Look at this tall vase. And you could paint your own glass. And then we have some other cool stuff here. What do we have on this side? Make your own wall treatments with picture kits. Felt and things. So these are overlays of felt you would assemble. They were pretty popular in the 60s. Seeds and beans. Beans? Wow, I've not come across any of these. Made out of seeds and beans. You got everything you needed to make that. So it's like the gravel kits, but instead it's made with seeds. Yeah. You're not storing that in the attic of an old house. Embossed foil. I'm kind of avoiding the next page because I really want to show you something on the next page. Now, these are sparkling mosaics. So these are the crushed glass, the crushed stones, mosaic pieces. You find these now, and they can be very pricey. They sometimes call them crushed stone, crushed gravel. And then you have these. Look at the little pixies and the parrots. And guess what? You see those kitties? I have this one. My sister made it. And it hung in the playroom for years. I don't think she left the eyes like that. I'm pretty sure the one she made, the eyes aren't purple. She did something to make the eyes look better. But look at these pixies. Aren't they adorable? They are so cute, but the kittens are adorable. I never knew there was a second one. Oh my goodness. These things are so pricey, but so cool. And I have an owl one that I made in the 80s. So those gravel kits were around forever. New ways for floral beauty with yarnery kit. Tissue flower kit. I remember making these. My mom knew how to make these. We didn't need a kit. We just needed the big sheets of tissue paper. And when the Young People's Theater Workshop, which I was part of, did Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory the first time, and then when they did The Wizard of Oz for the first time, we made tons of these for decorations for both stage sets. Patchwork picture kits. Now these, I remember these. Handbag kits. I like the shamrock one. My mother had one of these. I don't see the pattern that she had. It was a floral, but I don't see it here. And she was dumbfounded that I sold it off for her on eBay for $76, and that was years ago when eBay had pretty much first started. And then the back cover has elegant glass lighting fixtures that you could make your own. You could make the Tiffany tulip. You could make the Florentine, which is this guy. And really cool. But that is all of it. That is the Sears and Roebuck Craft Fun catalog from December 31st, 1971. And I know this is a little long. It's about half an hour, but we got through the whole catalog, and I hope you had a blast. I had a lot of fun, especially finding that mosaic of the cat, since that's one I already own. All right?